we prayed have brought us here. Every step, the months, the years. My life changed for good when you said I do. Standing in your I see you smile.